Are you prepared for an economic collapse? It's a chilling thought, picturing the world we know crumble, but it's a possibility we need to confront head-on. Imagine a world where currencies plummet, supply chains snap, and supermarket shelves stand bare. This isn't about some dystopian fantasy. It's about understanding a very real threat and equipping ourselves with the knowledge and skills to survive, just like venturing into the harshest terrains on Earth. An economic collapse signifies a systemic failure, a breakdown of the financial structures we rely on. Businesses crumble, unemployment skyrockets, and essential services falter. Knowing how to navigate such uncharted territory is not just about safeguarding your assets. It's about safeguarding your life and the lives of those you cherish. Remember, out in the wild, I've learned that preparation is the key to survival. We may not be facing a wild animal here, but the stakes are just as high. We need to arm ourselves with knowledge, skills, and the mental fortitude to weather any storm. We're talking about more than just a recession. This is a total system failure. Imagine a world where your money is worthless, your job is gone, and the shelves are empty. This isn't some Hollywood thriller. It's a harsh reality that's hit civilizations throughout history. Just like understanding the terrain and climate of the wilderness, we need to grasp this threat. Economic collapse means our familiar systems, banks, supply chains, even basic law and order, could falter. Remember, in the wild, knowledge is as crucial as any tool. In this concrete jungle, understanding the signs of an economic collapse, its potential causes, and its devastating impact is your first step towards survival. Just like in nature, there are signs, signals of an approaching economic storm. Hyperinflation, where your money loses value faster than you can spend it, is a key indicator. Remember when Venezuela's currency became practically worthless? That's a prime example. Keep a close watch on soaring national debt, widespread unemployment, and a decline in essential services. These are telltale signs of a system on the brink. Remember, out in the wild, I look for subtle changes, a shift in the wind, the behavior of animals. Similarly, pay attention to geopolitical instability, resource scarcity, and a decline in social trust. These are not just headlines, they are warning signs, red flags signaling an approaching storm. Your awareness could be your lifeline. In the wild, I never leave camp without my survival kit. In a potential economic collapse, your survival kit isn't a backpack. It's your preparedness plan. This involves acquiring essential skills and knowledge. Learn basic first aid, self-defense, and how to grow your food. Trust me, knowing how to purify water or start a fire without matches could be the difference between surviving and succumbing. Diversify your assets beyond traditional banking. Precious metals, like gold and silver, have always held value. Learn about cryptocurrency. It's decentralized and could be less affected by a collapsing financial system. Remember, relying solely on a system on the verge of collapse is a recipe for disaster. Be your safety net. Out in the wild, it's your skills that keep you alive. The same goes for an economic collapse. Forget relying on technology or complex systems. Focus on mastering practical, hands-on skills. Learning how to hunt or trap for food, build a basic shelter, and find and purify water are paramount. These skills, often taken for granted, become your lifeline when the grid goes down. Remember the time I had to survive on a glacier? I used my knowledge of the terrain to find water sources. Similarly, familiarize yourself with your local environment. Identify potential water sources, edible plants, and safe zones. It's about adapting, using what's around you to survive. Remember, resourcefulness is your greatest asset in times of scarcity. Imagine this. The supermarket shelves are empty, supply chains are shattered, and panic sets in. This is why stockpiling essential supplies is crucial. We're not talking about hoarding, we're talking about creating a lifeline for you and your loved ones. Start with non-perishable food items like rice, beans, canned goods, and water purification tablets. Aim for at least a 3-month supply. Don't forget essential medications, first aid supplies, and hygiene products. These are not luxuries. They are necessities that become scarce during a crisis. Think of it like packing for an expedition, but this time, your journey is through an economic collapse. Every item in your stockpile could be a lifeline. Remember those times I've sought refuge in caves or built makeshift shelters? In an economic collapse, finding or creating a safe haven is paramount. This could be your current home, reinforced and prepared, or a strategically chosen location away from urban centers. Think defensible, with access to water and potential for self-sustainability. Reinforce your home's security, establish communication methods independent of technology, and consider creating a community of like-minded individuals. Remember, strength in numbers is a principle that holds true in both the wild and a societal breakdown. Imagine navigating a world without GPS, relying solely on your instincts and a compass. That's what moving in a post-collapse world might look like. Knowing how to navigate using maps, landmarks, and celestial navigation could be crucial. Remember, reliance on technology could fail you when you need it most. Travel light, be prepared to defend yourself, and avoid drawing unnecessary attention. Knowledge of basic survival tactics, camouflage, and evasion techniques becomes vital. Just as I've learned to blend into my surroundings, you need to adapt to this new environment. Survival isn't just about physical skills, it's about mental resilience. I've faced countless challenges in the wild, and believe me, your mind can be your strongest ally or your worst enemy. An economic collapse tests your spirit like never before. Prepare for psychological stress, uncertainty, and potential trauma. Cultivate mental strength through mindfulness, stress reduction techniques, and fostering a positive mindset. Remember, hope is a powerful motivator. Remember those moments when I was hanging off a cliff? It was my mental fortitude that pulled me through. Your inner strength will be your compass in the darkest of times. Even in the harshest, most unforgiving environments, life finds a way. An economic collapse, while devastating, is not the end. It's a chance to rebuild, to create a more resilient and sustainable way of life. Focus on community building, sharing resources, and fostering a spirit of cooperation. Remember, the greatest survival stories aren't about individual heroism. They're about the human spirit's ability to adapt, overcome, and rebuild. Embrace the opportunity to create a future where self-sufficiency, community, and resilience are not just ideals but lived experiences. A world where we've learned from the ashes of the old. We've explored the harsh realities of an economic collapse. But remember, this isn't about instilling fear, it's about empowering you. We've delved into the essential skills, knowledge, and mindset needed to navigate such turbulent times. Just like venturing into the wilderness, preparation is key. Don't wait for disaster to strike. Start preparing today. Equip yourself with the tools, knowledge, and mental fortitude to face any challenge. Remember, your ability to adapt, overcome, and rebuild is far greater than you realize. This isn't about succumbing to fear. It's about embracing preparedness and resilience. Start preparing today to ensure your survival tomorrow. Stay informed, be proactive, and never give up hope. You possess the strength and resilience to weather any storm.